Hey everybody, this is Blue. How we doing today? Well, I wanted to talk about gatekeeping and open and closed practices, both paganism and in witchcraft. Please remember, I separate the two. I consider them to be completely separate concepts. My friends and we had a little discussion about open and closed practices, and Sabora also did a video about them, and I wanted to give my 2 cents worth. An open practice is something that people outsiders can easily get the information and learn and take part in a concept. So, it's not guarded. A closed practice is when you have some rules that you're not supposed to let the information out. So think about a coven, okay? Because your high priest and high priestess are telling the members of the coven, do not share this information with others. You have taken an oath to keep it within the coven. Now that would be a closed concept. Okay. Gatekeeping is what the closed or covens do. They put rules out to keep the information secret. All right. I have been accused of gatekeeping, and I am both for and against gatekeeping, but I want to explain why. I believe that people should be educated, so in that reference, I am against gatekeeping, because I want people to be able to get the information so that they know what the heck they're talking about. They're not second guessing. They're not guessing and assuming and hearing this little tidbit here and that little tidbit there. I want them to have the information available to them. Why I get accused of gatekeeping is because I want the good information to get to them. I believe that there are quite a few people out there that are spewing some crap about paganism and witchcraft that does not make sense, that they're just pulling crap out of their ass. And so they should not be viewed as reliable information. They are not using facts. They are just coming up with some crap. We're talking about Silver Raven Wolf here, okay? Then also some people are ignorant about information, and we're talking about Azura Dragon Feather here because, and I know I reference this a lot, but it is a fact here. When she decided to teach Draconic Wicca, she had not even finished reading the book yet, Dancing with Dragons by DJ Conway. So she wasn't going to know all the information, but she was going to teach it. And so there are tidbits that she wouldn't have known because she hasn't completed it yet. And so people can be given wrong information, or something vital was overlooked. And so I don't want that to happen to people. So I believe that information should be given, but it be good information and complete sets of information, not this one little tidbit here, like creating a paragraph out of the Llewellyn book and then saying that you know this grand scheme, because that's not possible. We also have people that will attend these weekend classes, and they will then think that, oh my gosh, I took a weekend class from Frost about this, and so they're somehow worthy of teaching because they got this little certificate for spending 2 days talking about whatever. So I'm opposed to I am opposed to gatekeeping. because I don't want to keep information from people, but I want to make sure that they get the right information, good information. But I also agree with gatekeeping because it is important that information stay together. You know, like I was saying, a block of information. So one great thing about some gatekeepers is they put their information together, they get it organized to where it makes sense, and you know, it's valuable. And the last thing I want is somebody who's going to come over and half-ass that piece of information and distort it. Okay. Many of you probably heard of the telephone game. Well, this is what I worry about. The telephone game is when you have put 20 people in a line and you start from one side, you tell a person, you whisper a little fact into their ear, and it goes down, and through every person it gets a little distorted. And so what you started out with and what you ended up with are two different things, because people put their own spin and feels on things. And so I am supportive of gatekeeping because some of them are protecting good references, great resources of information. And on that aspect, I support them because they are, in many ways, they're not gatekeeping. Okay, they are testing the students. Okay, because the last thing I want to do is spend a couple days setting up a lesson for somebody who is going to spend a couple days having go, and this is hard. Or they're upset because, well, in Harry Potter, they were able to grab their wand and go fucky duckety and do something. We can't do that. Well, this. We have people that have their concepts of witchcraft are based off of what's on TV and what's in movies. And so some of the people that are accused of gatekeeping are just basically trying to screen out bad students. But if you meet their requirements, what they're asking of you, they're willing to teach. So in a way, it's not gatekeeping because they will teach you, but you got to show that you're worthy enough to be taught. Like I said, would you want to be teaching good old Emily, something simple like how to break a curse? If she's just going to spend a day or two on it, then gone. Because, some of these topics, some of these classes, it's going to take more than a weekend to teach. And so if you cannot stay focused for more than a weekend, you're just wasting everybody's time. So in that aspect, I compliment the people that are being accused of gatekeeping because they are trying to put out a quality concept. All right, I have no problems with people that are doing this to charge money for it too, and some people are being accused of gatekeeping for that. Again, they are putting some standards on there, and you know what, if they are willing to put all this effort into it, if they have collected and tested out all this information, they should teach. They should also charge you. So if somebody who has been studying Celtic mythology and they are willing to teach somebody how to follow Celtic beliefs, and they want to say, I'll teach you all this, but $50, okay? I'll pay the $50. They're not gatekeeping. They just have some standards that we have to follow through on. Okay? So, for many of you out there, you are kind of going, anybody that puts the slightest restriction on you on learning something is gatekeeping. And I believe most of the time that's a farce. Okay? You just have to make some standards to show that you are willing to learn, that you're willing to dedicate yourself to that lesson, to that subject. And so it's not gatekeeping. Okay, so that is my view on this. I am against gatekeeping, for the whole intent of keeping information from others, because I don't want people to get the wrong information or crappy information. And I support gatekeeping if they're trying to keep subjects pure, so they don't get distorted and turned into something ugly that makes witchcraft and paganism look crappy. So please put your comments down below. We'll talk about this if you want to, and everybody please take care, be at peace.